picture. My name is Jeremiah Moses. I'm going to introduce you in the little graduation day. God bless you. You have within you the strength, the patience, the passion to reach the stars, but to change the world by a little man. God bless you. Good morning, mommies and daddies. My name is Olive. I am Fede Bayo. We're going to talk about national symbols. National symbols are marks, signs, objects for which the country is known for. Examples are Nigeria flag. Nigeria flag was designed in 1959 by Mr. Michael Taihu Akinwumi. Thank you. Nigeria coat of arms was adopted in May 1960. National anthem was adopted in 1978. National plate was drafted by Professor Mrs. Felicia Adebola in September 1976. Good days, mommies and daddies. Good days, aunties and uncles. My name is Chimamanda Divine Eze. I am here to tell you about present tense and past tense. Present tense and past tense are see, saw, eat, ate, sit, sat, come, came, write, wrote, tell, told, make, made, take, took, sleep, slept, go, went, pay, paid, say, said, sent, sent, keep, kept, sweep, swept. My memory verse is taken from the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. You are the salt of the earth. The pot the salt loses its saltiness. How can he make salt again? It no longer good for anything. It will be thrown out, and people will walk all over it. My memory verse is taken from the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. You are the light of the world, a town built on a hill can be hidden. My memory verse is taken from the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16. In the same way, let your light shine so others can see it, and they will see the good things you do. Then they will bring glory to your Father who is in heaven. My memory verse is taken from the book of 5 verse 50. Also, people do not like a lie, and put it under the wall. Instead, they put it on the star. Then it now gives light to everyone in the house. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it
Can you put your hands together for them? Clap for them. It's not easy. Clap for them. Put your hands together for them. Put your hands together for them. I want to invite Tehila Amos for her memory verse. Are you ready, Tehila? Tehila Amos. While premises will get prepared. Quickly, your memory verse.
Good morning, mommies and daddies. My name is Taylor Amos Adeleke from Primary 1. I want to say my memory verse taken from Psalm 23. Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. The rod and the staff, they comfort me. Thou prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I wish I dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen.
A round of applause for Taylor Amos.
Put your hands together for her.
Now we are going to welcome Primary 6 for their presentation, which they are going to talk about natural disaster. A round of applause for them.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, the director, the principal, the vice principal, the headmaster, teaching and non-teaching staff, our amiable parents, students, fellow pupils, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gabriela Oye, and the topic of our presentation is natural disaster.
According to the Center for Research on the Epidemiology of Disaster, a disaster is defined as an unforeseen and often sudden event which causes great damage, destruction, and human suffering. Natural disasters are defined as naturally occurring physical phenomena which are caused either by rapid or slow onset events, which can be geophysical, hydrological, climatological, meteorological, or biological. In the last decade, more than 2.5 billion people have been affected by natural disaster. It is my pleasure now to invite Arnold Ibiabuchi as he talks about types of natural disasters.
Types of natural disasters. Number 1, geophysical or geological disaster. This relates to the movement in solid earth, examples, earthquakes and volcanic activity. Number 2, hydrological disaster. This relates to the movement of water, examples, floods, landslides and wave action. Number 3, meteorological disaster. These include storms, extreme temperatures, and has a lifespan of minutes to few days. Number 4, climatological disaster. This is related to climate change and involves drought and wildfires. Number 5, biological disaster. This may be caused by exposure to living organisms and their toxic substances. The COVID-19 virus is an example of biological disaster, plagues, and malaria. Number 6, extraterrestrial disaster. This is originating outside the Earth's atmosphere and may be caused by the residues of asteroids, meteorites, comets, or human space debris when this enters the Earth's atmosphere. Examples, geomagnetic storm, radio disturbance, and shockwave. It is now my pleasure to invite Christopher Anagweni to talk about tornadoes.
Tornado. tornado are outgrowth of powerful thunderstorms that appear as rotating tunnel-shaped cloud. They extend from a thunderstorm to the ground with violent wind and average 30 miles per hour. During a tornado, people face disaster from extremely high wind and risks being struck by flying and falling objects. It is my pleasure to invite Peter Alhaji to talk about landslides.
Landslides. Landslides occur when masses of rock, earth, or debris move down a slope. Landslides are caused by disturbances in the natural stability of a slope. They can accompany heavy rains, earthquakes, or volcanic eruption. Effects of landslides. 1. Rapidly moving water and debris that can lead to trauma. 2. Broken electrical, water, gas, and sewage lines that can result to injuries. And 3. Disrupted roadways and railways that can endanger motorists and hinder access to healthcare. It is my pleasure to introduce Kasim Favor to talk about volcanic eruption.
Volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption occurs as a result of heat moving under Earth's surface. They often begin with an accumulation of gas-rich molten magma in reservoir near Earth's surface. Some volcanic eruptions are explosive and others are not. Explosive volcanic eruptions can be dangerous and deadly. They can blast out clouds of tephra from the side or top of the volcano. These fiery clouds race down mountainside, destroying almost everything in their path. It is my pleasure to invite Favor Fondu, who is talking about limnic eruption.
Limnic eruption. Limnic eruption, also known as lake overturn, is a very rare type of natural disaster in which dissolved carbon dioxide suddenly erupts from a deep lake water, forming a gas cloud capable of suffocating wildlife, livestock, and humans. Limnic eruption may also cause tsunami as the rising carbon dioxide displaces water. It is my pleasure to invite Vitru Fondu, who will be talking about hurricane.
Hurricane is a type of storm called a tropical cyclone. It forms over tropical or subtropical waters. Hurricane from the Atlantic Ocean with wind speed of at least 119 kilometers per hour. Hurricane has three main parts called the calm eye in the center, the eye wall where the winds and rains are the strongest, and the rain band, which springs out from the center and gives the storm its size. It is my pleasure to now invite Raymond Emmanuel, who will be talking about cold wave.
Cold wave. A cold wave, sometimes known as cold snap or deep freeze, is a weather event involving the cooling of the air or the invasion of a very cold air over a large area. It is marked by a drop of average temperature. Cold wave can have negative impacts on people, crops, properties, and services. It is now my pleasure to invite Lucas Oluyunwa, who will be talking about droughts.
Drought. Drought is the unusual dryness of soil due to the level of rainfall. Drought can last for years, months, or days. Consequences of drought: 1. Diminished crop growth. 2. Dust storm. 3. Famine. 4. Habitat damage. 5. Hunger. 6. Malnutrition. 7. Mass migration of people. It is now my pleasure to invite Mawela Morris, who will be talking about flood.
Flooding. A flood is a water body that occupies ground and that is ordinarily dry. Floods are widespread phenomena that can affect millions of people worldwide. Flood can also happen when water from a river, lake, ocean, or dam overflows onto the land around it. Impacts of flood. Number 1, water pollution. Number 2, increasing of illnesses such as typhoid and malaria. And number 3, loss of lives and properties. It is my pleasure now to invite Malex Masichuku to talk about earthquakes.
Earthquakes. An earthquake refers to the shaking of the Earth's surface caused by a sudden release of energy within the Earth's crust. This release of energy generates seismic waves, commonly known as earth waves. The intensities and characteristics of an earthquake are determined by the seismic activities occurring in a specific region. The Earth's crust is divided into large sections called tectonic plates, which float on the semi-fluid layer known as the asthenosphere. These plates are constantly in motion but slowly. It is my pleasure now to invite Gabriela Oye to talk about tsunamis.
Tsunami. Tsunami is an ocean wave triggered by large earthquakes, which occur near or under the ocean, volcanic eruptions, submarine landslides, or by onshore landslides, in which large volumes of debris fall into the water. We have three types of tsunami. 1. Local tsunami. 2. Far-field or near-field tsunami. 3. Distant tsunami. 1. Local tsunami. This is a tsunami that causes damage in relatively close proximity to the tsunami-causing event. 2. Far-field or near-field tsunami. This is a tsunami that is expected to arrive on shore within 20 to 40 minutes after an earthquake. Because of this rapid timeline, warning centers don't have much time to issue a warning before the first waves arrive. 3. Distant tsunami. A distant tsunami is a tsunami that can travel from 1 to 24 hours before reaching the coast of a nearby country. Causes of tsunami. Most tsunamis are caused by large earthquakes on converging tectonic plate boundaries. Since 1900, over 80% of the likely tsunamis are caused by large earthquakes, but other disasters are volcanic collapse, a landslide, or an earthquake. Effects of tsunami. 1. Loss of life. 2. Mass injuries. 3. Destruction of homes and businesses. 4. Critical infrastructure facilities. It's my pleasure to invite Adewale Ogoluwa, who is talking about causes of natural disasters.
Causes of natural disasters. There are two forces that generate natural disasters. 1. Internal forces and 2. External forces. 1. Internal forces. These forces are generated by the Earth's internal heat, creating geologic disasters like earthquakes, volcanoes, and tsunamis. The theory of plate tectonics proposes that internal heating from the Earth's core causes large tectonic plates that makes up the planet's continents and oceans and move around like bumper cars, where they slam into each other or pull apart. 2. External forces. These forces influence weather, climate, and landslides. Heating from the sun causes differential heating on the surface of the Earth, creating our weather and all associated disasters. These external forces generate flash floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, and climate disasters such as droughts and famines. It is my pleasure now to invite Obeta Jewel to talk on effects of natural disaster.
Effects of natural disaster. Natural disaster cause two types of effects. 1. Direct or primary effect. 2. Indirect or secondary effect. 1. Direct or primary effect. This includes destroyed infrastructure and buildings, injuries, separated families, and even death. 2. Indirect or secondary effects are things like contaminated water, diseases, and financial losses. In other words, indirect effects are things that happen after the disaster has occurred. How we build our cities will significantly determine how many lives are saved in a disaster. For example, we should not build homes in areas that are prone to landslide or flash flood. Instead, these places should be left as open spaces, such as parks, golf courses, and nature preserves. This is a matter of proper zoning laws which the local government controls, and know that we can reduce the impact of natural disaster by evaporation routes, disaster preparedness and education, and building codes so that our homes does not collapse on people.
Thank you for listening.
Can you put your hands together for them? Put your hands together for them. Thank you, the primary six pupils, for your presentation on natural disaster. Invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, while the presentation was on, two of our invited guests walked in. Your Excellencies, I'm pleased to announce the arrival of the Secretary of the Local Church Council, United Evangelical Church, Utako National Worship Center, in person of Elder Samuel Idakoji. You are welcome. Thank you. Put your hands together for him, Elder Samuel Idakoji. I'm also pleased to announce the arrival of one of our board members here. He is a director in one of the federal parastatal. He is Deacon Itu, you are welcome. Thank you for honoring our invite. Thank you, sir.
We'll have a song and music presentation by primary 4 and 5.
Please, GS3 students, get ready for your talk show.
A round of applause for primary 4 and 5 as they come to the stage.
I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Was the only world, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. It doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Going through a storm, but I won't go down. I
put your hands together for them. Put your hands together, appreciate them. Wait, let's introduce the topic.
Give them another round of applause. These people should clap. It's not easy to be on stage. Keep clapping. Now we are going to have the...
Just 3 talk show on the topic Japa syndrome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you.
Gold, wait, where are you going to?
I can't stay anymore. I'm tired.
Where are you going to?
I will go to Ghana. I will go to Congo. I can't stay here anymore.
What do you want to go and do in Ghana?
I'm going to look for greener pastures there. I can't stay anymore.
So you want to leave your children and your husband?
Which other option do you expect?
Calm down. Nigeria will be better.
Are you assuring me?
Yes, Nigeria will be better.
Are you assuring me?
Yes.